The U.S. ambassador to Canada warned business people and political leaders inside a Winnipeg auditorium Tuesday not to bet against America, as a group of demonstrators outside the venue protested his presence in the Manitoba capital. Days before a deadline to assemble a cross-border trade deal, U.S. Ambassador Pete Hoekstra suggested Canada does not want to run the risk of missing out on economic opportunities provided by its neighbor to the south as it seeks to diversify its export markets. Right now, I wouldn't bet against America. I wouldn't bet against Canada, either, Hoekstra said during an address to approximately 200 people at a Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce gathering at the Winnipeg Art Gallery Comajuc's Soft Seat Theater. The ambassador then issued a subtle warning in the form of a dry joke. I know that the EU and Japan just really want to buy the cars that you make in Ontario, Hoekstra said. I think there are certain things that absolutely Canada is positioned to open up global markets, and you should take advantage of those. Absolutely, he continued. There are other markets where you're tied so closely to the U.S. that may be a confining factor for you. Hoekstra, who was appointed an ambassador to Canada 4 months ago by U.S. President Donald Trump, made his comments while senior Canadian and U.S. trade officials are attempting to complete a trade deal in advance of an August 1st deadline. Trump has suggested Canada could end up with tariffs instead of a trade deal. Earlier this month, he told Prime Minister Mark Carney the U.S. may apply a 35% tariff on Canadian goods that don't comply with the Canada-U.S.-Mexico Agreement, or CUSMA, up from 25% right now. Separately, Canadian steel and aluminum face a 50% tariff that the U.S. has imposed on all countries, while the U.S. tariff on Canadian energy and potash is set at 10%. Trump has also slapped a 25% tariff on non-U.S. content of automobile imports and threatened to impose levies on pharmaceuticals, lumber, and copper. Despite these existing and potential tariffs, Hoekstra told his Winnipeg audience that the fabric tying the Canada and U.S. together remains strong, even as it has changed. Let that fabric stretch. Let it take a slightly different shape, but don't do anything to break it, he implored, referring to the cross-border relationship. There's no reason why it can't continue to be the envy of the world. Negotiations underway. During a question-and-answer session with Winnipeg Chamber of Commerce President Laurent Remillard, Hoekstra declined to reveal the status of existing trade negotiations between Canada and the U.S. I'm not sitting in the room, and if I were, I probably wouldn't be answering that question, he said. The ambassador also deflected a question about the pending CUSMA renegotiations. Winnipeg South Liberal MP Ben Carr, who chairs the House of Commons Industry Committee, said he was not surprised by the absence of candor from the U.S. ambassador about trade negotiations. Pete Hoekstra confirmed as U.S. ambassador to Canada. Trump's 51st state comments can be taken as term of endearment, U.S. ambassador. These things have to take place, as they should, between our senior officials who have a deep understanding about what's going on, Carr said following the speech.